And we're live. Thank you for anyone who's listening live on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. We're doing the Sunday continuous. We're a little bit late. One of the players couldn't make it, so we just doing a little bit late. But we're going to continue where we last left off, um, with one exception. We were retconning most of the last campaign because one of the players had gone rogue, and the rest of the party just kind of left them. So I think they learned their lesson. So we're going to just fast forward to them traveling to the Goblin Valley and say that they just talked to Nymph's, what did I say, uncle? Something like that. Cousin or uncle. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Family friend. Yeah, whatever. Uh, yeah, we're gonna continue from there. So let's begin. Would you guys do anything on your way to the Goblin Valley? Okay. Let's see. It's gonna take a little over an hour, maybe about an hour 15, hour and a half. Okay. Is anyone else going to do anything? Okay, I will get this to you. Which book are you reading? Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll for it. Oh, thank you. Wait, I am. It says Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, got it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right. Correct. It resets and then yeah, we keep going through the. Um. Okay. You know that Goblin Valley is not like a place just where goblins are. They moved there for some reason. Okay. Zombie. So because you got two in a row, you were reading the same section for longer, and so that's why you got that information. Okay. So rolling. Dinley, would you be doing anything upon? Okay. Then. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. So you guys pull up to the. You guys see a large mountain range. You guys have seen this mountain range up in the distance during your travels. It's not a large mountain range. It would maybe take you 15 minutes to get up and over and around via cart, maybe 45 by foot. You guys make it over and you see down into this valley. There's just you just see a bunch of tree stubs everywhere, and then this small, actually rather large. The entire place pretty much is built with these wooden structures that look like homes or and towers and stuff. Everything's made of wood. You see almost no stone. Um, Correct. You see goblins like running around. It looks like a very large city just made of wood as opposed to stone. Correct. This is on the map. Everyone gets 100 EXP. Would you guys do anything before going down into the valley? You guys are right now at the top of the mountain range, or rather the hills. Okay, go ahead and roll a. I'll let you choose perception or art. Okay. Okay. They look fairly old. Um, you can definitely tell that each of these buildings was made via the trees. This used to be. You can tell just by the stumps that this place was um, pretty pretty heavily treed. There was a lot of trees. Every one of them has been chopped down to create this place. They as such they haven't had any new wood, and so the buildings are starting to show their age. Who has, I'm going to assume, learned his lesson. We're, Bones, we just retconned the last campaign. You never did all the stuff you did, which is why you're also not going to lose your levels to remake the same character. Because I assume you learned your lesson when the party left you to die, and we're about ready to just abandon you altogether from the campaign. They're more hills than mountains, but yeah. Um, Here's what we'll do. I will allow you to get inside of him, and then he will like tell you, "Hey, I want to go over here and stuff." That's what's gonna happen. And so what we're gonna do though is, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So zombie would be telling you, "Hey, let's go over here," and then you would control his body to go over here. So it would be kind of a communication thing. No, just it just makes so you cannot be targeted by anyone. You can. You won't. It takes up almost the entire valley. So, oh, it would take maybe 10, 15 minutes to get to the bottom of the cliff. If you're flying, if walking would take you maybe 30 to get down to into the valley. No, no, it's not technically a city. It's just a random compilation of buildings. There's no real rhyme to the design of this place. They were just built together. Okay. So, how close to the quote unquote town are you guys going? Okay, okay, okay. So just far enough. Okay. Um. Okay. So who's going into the city? Okay. By yourself? Bones can still hear while he's incorporeal. He, yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And once you do the ritual, you control it fully. You can banish and bring it back at will. Okay. So is Bones following? Okay. Change your name real quick so I don't keep calling you Bones. He's like a he's like a street shark. Okay. So you go into this. Uh, I'm hesitant to call it a village or a town or a city. It's none of those. It's just a bunch of buildings, houses, yeah, and stuff just built. There's nothing. There was no planning to this. It was things were just built. You'll see some houses like literally touching. Some are like hundreds of feet away. It's just, and they're facing literally every direction. There's really nothing to it. Anyway, so where would you be going? You see all these houses randomly scattered. None of them. You do also see goblins running around back and forth and doing things. You do notice roll perception actually on the town. Uh, no, you can't see anything. This is him looking. You don't notice any building or no, not building. Sorry, stores. You do notice right. You do notice farms and stuff. Um, very small farms, but no, yeah, no stores or anything like that. Right. Okay, so there is no organization. The things were just put up. You'll see some houses are 2 stories, some are 1 room. It's just yeah, none of this is has any rhyme to it. Bruce just told you. Bruce told you. Bruce is the one who told you about this place. He specifically told you, if I remember correctly, it's dangerous here. That's all he said. He told you just don't go there. It's dangerous. To not be committing arson. Correct. It's currently daytime right now. It's late afternoon, so you do see a handful, a decent amount of goblins running around. Roll perception. Yes and no. It's not a tavern per se. It is a you see kind of like a built up little gazebo maybe I'd want to call it maybe, but not quite. It's you just see him drinking alcohol in a randomly built spot. You feel like this is probably where they go to drink. Okay, there's no building here. It's just a bunch of barrels and people drinking. You're going there? Okay. Okay. As you're going there, I forgot to mention earlier too. The goblins seem to be not wearing. Most of them aren't wearing clothes other than like a loincloth. Most of them are not fully clothed. Um, correct. Okay, so you go over there, and immediately as you're walking through the town, you see all the goblins stop and just stare at you as you're walking through this place. They all just continue staring at you like their eyes and face heads are just following you as you're walking. None of them seem to be moving. Okay. Um, Alan and Barracuda, you guys can barely make out what they're doing, so you guys can see the goblins stopping and them walking, or at least Elias walking through town. It ended with genocide. Okay, so you go to the quote unquote tavern, which is just people. Uh, you're now standing next to these people who are all they've stopped drinking entirely and are just holding their mugs. Uh, you real quick though, you notice some of the mugs are ceramic, others are wood. they just continue. No one really responds. They continue staring at you. You do not see a stack of. You just see them all holding mugs. You see no stack of just barrels. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. There's a jet. Hold on. Give me 1 second. There's a jet flying over. Hold on. Give me just a second. I cannot hear anything anyone's saying. Give me just a second. Okay. Now go ahead. Now, when you say pour, do you mean you're tipping over the barrel full of alcohol and just dumping it into the hat? Is there what? No, no. It's just an open barrel. They look at you, and one of them finally. They all seem to be almost paralyzed. One of them hesitantly, you can tell he's hesitant to do this, walks up to you. Who are you? He begins circling you, inspecting you very, very, very closely. You see him like grabbing your clothes and like pulling on 'em a little bit, or grabbing your bow and like wiggling it, like just walking around inspecting you. He's not hurting you in any way, or like pulling your items out. He's just like grabbing things and moving them, whether it's pulling on them or shaking them. Okay, okay. He continues doing this, and you also notice him sniffing you every now and again. They all seem to be ignoring you, except the man though who was quote unquote inspecting you turns to the others and points at you. He's like his back's turned to you and he's pointing backwards. Angel! They all stand up and gasp. We're gonna cut back to Alan Barracuda. You guys can make out just barely what's happening. You can hear you heard the man. You didn't hear what he said, but you heard him yell. The goblin. You also, yeah, you see everyone get up, and you can't hear the gasps obviously, but you see everyone stand up. You also saw the goblin inspecting Elias. I didn't realize horses had hitches. I know what you're saying. Untie him from the reins. Release the reins. Yes and no. He doesn't. He can't see, so he never saw knew the inspection was happening. He just heard angel and then a bunch of gasps. Correct. You guys had two horses. I forgot the guy's name. Had lent you one horse, and then yeah, Barracuda attached his horse as well. Oh, so you guys are just gonna leave the carriage or cart rather here? Okay. So you guys travel into town. It takes you maybe. Would you guys be going full speed or half speed or just walking? Okay. Well, okay. Let's say you're humans. Are you jogging, running, sprinting, walking? Okay. So you're just casually going to town. Okay. You guys get there slightly faster than you would have on foot. We're gonna cut back to the Elias and Servo, and then I'll let you guys know when you arrive. So Elias and Servo, you guys are they're all everyone's watching. You notice the rest of the town slowly walking towards you. So the goblins are currently slowly making their way towards you. As they do, though, you notice they're not brandishing anything at you or anything. Roll perception, actually. I'll tell you a little more. Okay. You, they, you got a 19. It's good enough. You they do not look hostile in intent. They seem to be less they don't seem happy that you're here, but they don't seem hostile like they're about to attack you. They're go jump scare, and they all run away and leave the town, and now the village is empty. You guys now own the village. You didn't whisper it, so it doesn't count. Okay. So last you're just gonna hold your ground. Okay. Your hands, where are they? By your side or? Okay, just down. Okay. Okay. Just making sure you're not like putting them up or anything. Okay. 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 So you're just physically just standing like you would normally be standing. Okay. Just then, Alan and Barracuda arrive, right as the goblins are maybe 10 feet away, forming a circle around you. They just arrived. Alan and Barracuda, you guys are outside the ring. Would you guys make your way inside the ring or stay outside? They're maybe 30 feet. Okay. Immediately, they all turn and about half of them point at you, and the rest just turn and look. Uh, Go ahead. It was only a chamber pot. That bucket was only a chamber pot previously, which I would like to point out does not sanitize, only cleans. Now, Bones is saying something doesn't sound like a good idea. So what are you guys doing as these goblins are? There's now a second circle forming around Alan and Barracuda. No, just the same as the rest. That more right. They don't look hostile, just not happy that you're here. They're not brandishing anything, or they don't look like they're about to jump on you. Are you saying this to them or to zombie? Right. They seem to be ignoring most of your questions. Um, as zombie found out. One of Oh, go ahead. Your brother could have told you though. Yeah. So you can still bring it up. Okay. That's canon. You can thought transfer if you want. Roll a diplomacy check. Okay. Quick note. Whenever I tell you guys to roll for something, and once you roll, you cannot take back what you did. Rolling is a sign that you agree to doing this action. Just so you guys know. So he was by not rolling, he said no, I don't want to do this. It was just speculation on what he wanted to do, which is always allowed. Go ahead, though. He could also technically possess your thing, your companion thing, whatever I forget what it's called. Correct. He could possess that. Okay. So you notice them about two of them walk up to each about three total walk up to Alan and Barracuda, and same thing as before, they start inspecting you. You see them. You guys are on horses, so it's a little right, exactly. So it's a little harder for them. But they sit there circling you, and you see them like they'll put their hand on the horse, or like grab its tail and like lift it up, and like they're just inspecting you guys and your horses. They obviously can't reach you, but they are looking up at you as they do this. Right, they've been trained, right? Yeah, they've been especially barracudas. Barracuda would have full control over it. One of them yells "Meat!" and points at Barracuda's horse. Okay, roll diplomacy. Oh, you do. Then roll intimidation. Okay, you pop out, and immediately they all jump and start running away. Every one of them. Okay. I assume you like get your horse to like get on its hind legs. Okay, so you get the horse to back up. Okay. Okay, roll bluff then, Alan. Okay. You back up as well. Barracuda, do you do the same, or are you holding your ground? Okay. Slowly they begin approaching again. The goblins. They don't seem they don't seem too scared of him. They were more scared by the fact that he just literally popped out of nowhere. It was kind of a jump scare for them. You're saying this out loud to them, Alan? They One of them points and says, "Spirit." I considered making him a legendary, but I was torn. Uh, one of them one of them points at you. "We not eat," and then he points back at Barracuda's horse. "Meat." They're slowly still just closing back the circle on you guys. This time instead of two circles, it's now one big circle around all of you. Okay. Okay. You take the quote unquote chamber pot. Okay. 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 You dip it into the barrel. Roll strength check. Okay. Okay. You begin drinking out of this bucket, this alcohol. This alcohol is extremely bitter. Extremely. You almost spit. Oh, you do. Okay, you spit it out. Okay. Okay. This was definitely made with not the sweetest of fruits or anything. This was a very bitter alcohol. It's just alcohol, pretty much. Yeah, I'll let you guys say that it's disinfected, so no one has to do anything about that. The strength check was more for the taste, so you don't just. But you spit it out anyways. It didn't matter. You, you're a spirit. You can't you don't have a brain. No, you swallow some, but then like after tasting it, it take a second for it to hit you. You just spit it out. So you have no none. No, you didn't take enough for it to like take. This isn't like as strong as like you essentially took like a half shot. It's not enough to get you drunk. Everyone except for Barracuda. Too bad it's not Pegasus. Oh, you can't fly out. That's right. You're not. You're not. That's right. You're not Frizz. Uh, you want to roll perception to find out? Okay, go ahead. So that's you're looking specifically for someone who's dressed nicer. But what I mean, you can't really see a leader from. So you're looking for someone who's dressed the nicest. Okay. As you're looking around, you notice about half to three-quarters, somewhere in there, are wearing loincloths and almost nothing else, just leather or cloth loincloths, um, or even maybe like a diaper-esque thing where they like wrapped it around, and so it's kind of just like a diaper thing. Um, some of them are actually wearing clothes. You'll notice you see them wearing tattered shorts and like a tattered shirt, but none of them are wearing anything nice. It's some of them are just wearing more clothes than the rest. Correct. They are still slowly, not fast. They're just slowly. They still do not look hostile. They're just one of them speaks up. Who are you? They cut you guys off as you're speaking. Why here? Treasure? No cave. He scratches his head for a moment. No treasure. He did, but it was just not good. Yeah, there was kind of a roof. Yeah, it was. I mean, this whole place does not seem. One of them asks, "You hurt?" He then he points to you. You hurt. You, Alan. After you said, uh, I don't think so. No hurt. And he continues pointing at you. Okay. His finger follows as you do. He tilts his head and continues pointing and says, "No, you hurt." He continues tilting his head, and he just points to himself. The goblin slowly walks towards you. Do you allow this? Okay. He walks up and just like he did to Elias, this isn't the same one, it's a different one. Starts like poking you and like pulling on your clothes and like walking around and inspecting you, looking you up and down. He'll randomly grab a part of your clothes or whatever and tug on it or lift it up or like start poking. Do you allow this? Okay. He's not harming you anyway. It's just he's just doing okay. He stops and he backs up real quick, and he says, "No, no hurt," and he points to you. He turns to the rest. No, no hurt, no hurt. They all start walking towards you. Okay. One of them, you see, one of them brings up a mug and starts trying to hand it to you. Okay. Drink. Okay. Roll a strength check. Okay. You're able to stomach the taste. It's extremely. Imagine just drinking straight lemon or lime juice. That's about how bad it is. Are you trying to bluff them, or are you just saying this? Right. Okay. So you're just saying this. Okay. You then see a bunch of other goblins walk up to Barracuda, Elias, and Servo, and start handing them mugs. As they do, the ones who hand you the mug say, "Drink." Roll a bluff check. Anyone who's actually drinking it, roll a strength check to stomach it. You Barracuda immediately spits it out. He just can't handle the taste. It's so bitter. Oh, you rolled a six. Okay. You turn to the side and start like dumping it. You put the mug up to your mouth and start dumping it down your front, and they can clearly see you dumping it, like pretending that you're drinking it. Servo, are you drinking it or no? You can still drink stuff. Okay, roll strength check to stomach it. Okay, you successfully are able to stomach this alcohol. Barracuda spits it out immediately, and they all gasp and back up a little bit. No drink, and they point to Barracuda. Okay, go and roll a strength check. Okay, you're able to stomach it this time and hold down. Oh, it took a second to Okay. You try drinking again, and you just immediately just spit it out. You're just unable to stomach this stuff. It's just so bitter. Right. It's just a puddle on the ground next to you, and none of them seem to have noticed, believe it or not. Definitely Alan, Barracuda, and Servo notice you doing this. The rest of the goblins, all the goblins don't seem to have noticed. You don't have taste buds, no. You also can't get drunk. You also don't need to eat or drink anything. I guess what happens is when you do this, it's essentially just interesting. I've never actually thought about what would happen if a spirit, but it's got to go somewhere. That right. That's what I was thinking. But then like you could cheat by eating a dagger and be like, aha, it's gone. And because you so tell you what, here's a for now we're just gonna say you're digesting it like normal for now. Okay, this is what we're gonna say. We're gonna say you have normal digestion, but because you require no, you don't have a body to upkeep. There's nothing to upkeep, so you're just a floating spirit. So the food offers you no benefit, neither does water. No, it would go into your digestive tracts. By throwing up? I mean, technically, if you multi-classed in a drunken brawler, right? Don't worry about it. It would, but you could throw up then. We're gonna say for the campaigns, you can eat and drink just like a normal person. It enters your body and you digest it. However, you do not cause excrement. Right? It just gets dissipated. The energy just goes into your body and the food slowly dissipates into nothingness, or rather, it gets everything gets transferred into, I don't know, your body or something. I don't know, but you guys understand. So anyway, so back to this. So I assume Alan's not drinking anymore. Neither is Barracuda. Neither Elias, quote unquote, drank all his, and Servo drank all his. He, right, he's got a cup of it, and so, as does Alan. Alan stomached one kind of sip. One of them points to you, like points to. Sorry, when I say you, I mean Elias. He tilts his head and points to you again, like. He nods. Yes, yes, like. See, Barracuda only cares about the lore, whereas Elias only cares about the. Uh, they all just kind of seem to be. They're all just kind of staring at you, not moving. They're not really doing anything. These people don't seem. These people don't seem to be the brightest of the bunch. Obviously, you can tell. Stay. So Elias is separating from the party. Okay. Is anyone following him? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. You hand your mug back and begin leaving. As you do, you feel a massive earthquake. Like I'm talking like none of you are unable with any roll unable to stand. This earthquake just knocks you all off your feet immediately. You see all these buildings start collapsing around you. They were not built for any of this. Um, Go ahead. Alan, what were you saying? Go ahead. Okay. You see all these buildings just immediately crumbling. They were not built very sturdy. They were entirely made of wood, and there was almost no infrastructure to them. They were just put up. But they all immediately fall to the ground from this massive earthquake. Um, but you don't notice the rubble going anywhere. Actually, you do. We're gonna end the campaign here though with this earthquake. So yeah. Um, Thank you for anyone who's listening live on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. Special thank you to Zombie and Bones, our first patrons. Another special thank you to all the admins who help with everything. And I hope to see you guys next time.